It's a special edition of Forecasting with Friends, a quieter edition.
We just want to keep the mood low. There's actually a meeting that's going on like right on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, it's a busy day.
Yes, so we're just going to be talking a little quiet until that completely finishes.
Just a little bit quieter than normal.
But we're still here for you guys.
Yeah. You had an exciting morning?
Yeah, it was so much fun. So one of my neighbors runs an event where people decorate Christmas trees, and we're talking commercial decorators for big high-rises and hospitals, and there's 9 different categories, and they get to decide exactly what's on this tree. One of them was Lego Mania, and let me tell you, there was a Minecraft tree.
This is a whole theme. Everyone has a different theme.
It was so cool. There was life-size Taylor Swift with an actual guitar around a tree.
That would be popular in my house. Yours, I'm sure, too.
Yes. There were wicked trees. I mean, it was just so cool.
And the trees are going to be donated, delivered?
Yes, to the Children's Hospital. So what I'm imagining is that in the lobby of the Children's Hospital, or wherever they choose, all the trees are set up, and the kids actually get to go and choose which tree they want in their room. Anything
to get their mind off of all the stuff they're going through. That's really good. So that was great. Now, in your absence, we were talking all morning about, I think we could raise our voice just a little bit.
Yeah.
We were talking all morning about this rain that was on the way. So far, it's been most pronounced to the north of Houston. Those of you watching us from around College Station and Huntsville and Livingston, we've had several rounds of some thunderstorms for you guys. And it's just kind of sprinkles for Houston so far. Our models were maybe a little bit aggressive with the intensity of the rain, at least at this hour, but we still have a long day to go.
Yes.
And certainly it still could get pretty ugly out there. I mean,
and it kind of looks that way.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does. We kind of have our head in the clouds here at this view, but the lens is wet, so, there are clouds and some showers out there, and boy, did it get warm. Oh my goodness. This is a lot warmer than I thought it was even going to be. 75 degrees. We had a warm front. This is on the backside of a warm front that moved through. Way warmer than I expected.
Yeah, when you look outside, it almost is very deceiving because you're like, ooh, I'm going to need to maybe bundle up if there's going to be some rain. At least not right now.
So no jacket required in most spots, although I think we probably still have some 50s off toward the north of Houston. This warm front really definitely is something that we don't get really often for it to be this pronounced. Taking you up here to the north, we do have the lightning tracker turned on, and so the sky definitely lit up there around College Station and back over to Huntsville, and this is where the focus of the rain has been so far. Some pretty decent little downpours, and it's been moving over the same areas over and over and over again as well.
So maybe a little bit of localized flooding up there. Definitely a possibility, and I think in total for how much rain we could be seeing, maybe few tenths of an inch in some spots, up to potentially 2 in total in others.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been sort of advertising, maybe up to 2 inches of rain in some spots. And, there's always one downpour that, just ends up dropping a lot on one little location.
Yeah, it just knocks it out of the park.
Right, but at least the rain has arrived in Houston finally, with a lot of build up to it. It's like, okay, where's the rain? Well, now at least it's finally moved in and it's making its way right into downtown Houston. Mainly just a nuisance, I guess, at this point. It's not like it's flooding or anything. And then down here along the coastline, this is where it is just super humid and all that soupy air coming in off the Gulf with some scattered showers there also. And so, it's definitely not feeling like December out there at all.
No, not at all. And the thing is, it's not just today that we're going to be seeing showers. Over the next few days, it's really going to start to build up.
Yeah, this came out today from the Weather Prediction Center of the forecast rainfall totals over the next 7 days, and I don't like to see that purple showing up, like maybe approaching 10 inches, between 5 and 10 inches of rain. But this comes to us a combination of today and then a chance. It's real iffy. Friday bothers me because the models have been really wavering, and this morning they completely backed off of Friday rain, and now some of the models are kind of coming back with some Friday rain, but the weekend is also going to be a concern for us, which actually I'm going to be on the road with the family driving potentially through this mess where it looks like it's going to get pretty nasty around here, maybe Saturday and then definitely on Sunday. So, well, not definitely, but that's what the models are showing is heavy rain on Sunday, like maybe several inches of rain coming up on Sunday. So Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to keep us busy, which is why it's great that we have Fox Local, because you know, you can check with us for updates even when we're not on the air.
And then this is our computer model. Mike was saying it's a little bit more aggressive than maybe what we're seeing now. So I wouldn't say that this is going to be gospel, but I think it just shows that, hey, yes, we're going to be seeing showers come through, but eventually it is going to be clearing off. We don't have to worry about this necessarily sticking around all day long. Yeah,
and as far as these rain chances, they are bouncing around a little bit. So we'll have our chance for storms today, and then the next big chance for heavy rain comes in on Sunday, most likely. And by the way, Friday, well, it's going to get cooler tomorrow. Friday actually looks kind of cold, like might be stuck in the low 50s all day long.
Ooh.
So yeah, but
there's your jacket,
yeah,
folks.
that'll get you in the mood for the holiday season, right? All right, well, speaking of rain and rain chances, the first story that we want to present you with here is about drainage in the city of Houston and across Harris County. So a project to improve drainage and to prevent flooding has hit a milestone in Harris County. More than 950 miles of ditches and culverts. You need those.
Yeah, you do.
Ditches, that's a good name for a band. Ditches and culverts. Well, they've been cleared and cleaned out by Houston Public Works. Harris County Commissioner Adrian Garcia said the project will ensure that certain areas in Precinct 2 don't flood as often as they have in years past.
You know, when I got here in 2019 as county commissioner, I went out and listened to the community, and the number one issue that I heard that people were concerned about was the fact that their ditches had not been cleaned by a public works crew for years.
Yep, that's what it seems like. That's what causes a lot of the flooding, is just stuff just isn't cleaned out and it just like hits a bottleneck. The water can't drain. The improvements cover more than 75% of that precinct too.
So going from rain to snow, oh yeah, take a look at this. People in the Northeast still digging out from several feet of snow, and guess what? More is on the way for them. An additional foot of snow possible along the East Coast and in the Great Lakes, but that's what people want. They want to ski. Now, this other storm system moving into the region today, potentially bringing several more inches of snow, and the winter weather, welcome sight for ski resorts.
A little icy in the conditions, but we're just stoked, you know, to be out here. Pine Knob. We got some ice on the hill, but that's all right. You know, we're just thankful for the temperatures.
And Pine Knob is in Michigan.
Oh,
Very
Michigan.
close to where I grew up. Forecasters say temperatures could even reach freezing or below for a good portion of the U.S. this weekend.
Is that what people say up there?
Yeah.
Or just that one dude?
And I couldn't really get that accent. Maybe he's visiting.
He's probably visiting, yeah. All right, well, another part of the country that's been very hard hit is the areas along Lake Erie in northeast Ohio. They're actually bracing for more snow. There's going to be another system called a clipper, an Alberta clipper, that moves across the Great Lakes again, could add a few more inches on top of the snow that they've already received for the rest of this week. Those like-effect snowstorms have forced residents to work staying at home and cleaning off their cars and doing, what do you call that? A snow, what's the thing called that clears the snow off?
Oh, a snowblower.
A snowblower. They got to go out there with the snowblower.
You do what you got to do to get through it. The kids are enjoying their extended Thanksgiving holiday, but snow doesn't bother me too much because I grew up here and I'm used to doing what you have to do to survive.
Right now our best estimates are over 40 inches. We're really pushing something that I haven't seen in the time that I've been alive even.
Gosh, can you believe that? Yeah, so you know, they're talking about like 4 feet there. Some spots have gotten close to 6 feet in New York State and up in parts of Michigan as well.
I mean, did you see the Buffalo Bills game?
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
It's so cool.
Talk about dedication. They had to go there, get volunteers to go into the stands and clean all the snow out so they'd all have a place to sit and watch the game.
Hey, for free beer and food?
Oh, they did. See, I don't know about the free beer.
Okay, well, maybe I'm not sure about the beer, but I'm pretty sure it's hot chocolate and food they get. But you guys, look at this cutie pie. This is a fox from the United Kingdom, and he could barely get on the car because of how icy it was out there. You can see that snow made it difficult for him, but then he finally got on the windshield and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try this again. It looks like he's almost making a game out of it.
Yeah, foxes, they like to do that thing, I think, where they like dive down into the snow, you know, to search for prey or whatever, you know what I mean? Like he does a little jump here, if you see. Once he gets himself up on,
there he is.
yeah. He looks like my goose. See how he jumped? And
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he reminds me of my dog.
They are so cute. And we don't only do animal stories on Fridays.
Not just
folks.
Friday, but I saw this one and it fit right in with the rest of the snow stories. And
It's so
we showed it
cute.
this morning and I was like, oh, such a good boy. Well, you know, we don't know yet, of course, if we're going to get snow here in Texas, but there still are concerns about the Texas electrical grid. So the Texas energy grid is at a slightly higher risk this year heading into winter, despite some of the improvements that have been made. Now, that is according to an update from ERCOT. Since the big February 2021 infamous winter storm that killed more than 200 people, left millions without power, without water, there have been a lot of upgrades, but ERCOT says they've implemented changes from state legislators after the incident, including trying to winterize their infrastructure, adding more energy resources to the grid, increasing battery storage and so forth. But ERCOT CEO Pablo Vega says that the grid reliability risk is still higher this year than compared to last winter.
That is being driven largely by the increased load on the system that we're seeing. And it is being partially offset by the increased storage capacity that we're also seeing added to the system.
We are in a pattern right now where we get a warm, mild winter. More times than not, we're seeing a cold extreme.
I'd like to share any comments this morning.
Yeah, their chief meteorologist from ERCOT was talking about that. You can have mild conditions for all winter, but then you just need that one polar plunge that lasts for 2 days or something, and that's what causes all the problems. So the Texas Senate also touched on the power grid's reliability during a hearing yesterday, so at least they're on top of it and trying to make sure that we're prepared for whatever is coming our way.
Yeah, and boy, do we need it.
Yeah.
So over the Thanksgiving week, my brother went and visited my parents in northern Michigan, and obviously all the snow that's falling.
Yeah.
And I swear that I was part meteorologist, part travel agent, because I was trying to figure out, okay, when is the snow going to stop enough that they can get out? Because my aunt and uncle needed to leave, and I'm like, I need to add that to my resume.
Okay, well, yeah, you put it on there, definitely. You know, we heard from, so our friend Delon Diller.
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Michigan also, and he went and visited home, I think last week also for the holiday. And he says, he said it started snowing. He's like, I got to get back to Texas. So
Get me out of here.
Right back down here, and yeah, and that I don't even think was that crazy lake effect snow. That was just like regular snow. So I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't, because the only snow I've ever seen is here in Houston.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen snow outside of Texas. Yeah, we've traveled a lot. We traveled in the summer when it's not, like I've been to Colorado and I have family in Pennsylvania, and I've traveled in the north. It's just we always go during the summer.
It's fun. It's fun when you know you're there for a limited amount of time.
Yeah, I suppose. I know my kids really want to see like actual snow, because we've only ever seen the little baby snow that we get here. So, all right, well, that'll do it for our A block. So coming up next, we're going to be talking about tracking Santa and some
important things.
Christmas gifts that your kids might want to ask for if they really love science. Be back after this. We just got some breaking news here in the newsroom. Well, it's National Cookie Day, so happy National Cookie Day. But so Ruben Dominguez came back. He's been like, what do you call it? Not bar hopping. Cookie hopping. Bakery hopping for this morning. And so he came back with a bunch of cookies that are on the other side of the newsroom that I think people are gobbling up right now and we're missing out on.
Yeah, they better leave us too.
Yeah.
The next
Save
break,
one
we're going to
for
be
us.
running in there.
Hopefully. Okay. Director Juan says to get him one too.
Okay.
All right. So you know who else loves cookies? Santa Claus loves cookies. Yes, and I'm catching up with him definitely. So NORAD, NORAD. That's the U.S. tracks any God forbid incoming missiles and things like that. So NORAD launched its Santa tracker in anticipation for Christmas. You can check in on Santa at his North Pole village and count down the days until he arrives. And then on Christmas Eve, you're actually going to be able to see where jolly old St. Nick is as he makes his way around the globe. This is NORAD's 69th year of tracking Santa.
I loved doing that as a kid.
Yeah.
And then you just hear the little jingles and you're like, yes.
And I like it when, it's like, well, first, the kids over in Japan, in Australia, they get their gifts first.
Yes.
It's like, well, that's not fair.
Well, you better go to sleep then.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you,
guys.
NORAD.
This one family in Germany broke a record. Not just any record, their own record for having the most Christmas trees in one home. 605. Wow! Fully decorated trees are inside this year. 120,000 ornaments, 50,000 lights. This family has held the world record 6 times. Oh my
600
gosh.
Christmas trees. And
We
wait,
have
wait,
our
hold
own
on.
Santa.
Wait, Ruben is here. Have a pudgy day. Oh, Lord.
Here, I'm
They're
dropping
talking to
these
me.
off.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Do what you got to do with them.
Wait, this one
Rubes.
looks healthy. This is like an oatmeal.
No, look at the under one.
They're all super healthy.
This is a pecan.
Packed full of
And then there's like, this one is like a oatmeal, and it looks like some cranberries.
This one looks to be some sort of brulee banana.
Oh.
And then we have an Oreo.
Well, I see. Yeah. Why am I saying what it is? You should say what it is. I don't know what
Which
I'm
one do
talking
you
about.
want?
Well, probably the chocolate chip cookie that's on the bottom.
Okay,
I don't know.
good.
That one with the oats
I
and
might
cranberries
take-
actually looks like it's got some healthy antioxidants in it. But, you know.
It's not time to be healthy.
Who wants that?
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, speaking of, you know, sprinkles that you might put on top. Sometimes you see things in the sky that are kind of streaky, and this was one. So this is a meteor that was spotted over Siberia, soaring through the night sky. The space rock is estimated to have been about 2 feet wide. You know, sometimes these things are actually really small, but they're moving so fast and they create these fireballs. It didn't pose a threat to anybody on the ground as it kind of broke up in the atmosphere, but still pretty awesome to see. And another one of these is expected to fly by the planet this week. There are a lot of these near-Earth objects that most of the time pass us by, but every once in a while you'll get one, and the vast majority of the time they don't make it to the surface. And when they do, it's exciting, unless they, you know, hit your house or something.
Yeah. That just means you always need to have your phone on, camera ready to go. You just never know. There's always something.
And before the age that everybody had a phone in their hand all the time, this happened and we never knew about it.
So cool.
So yeah, I like that.
Okay, guys, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, obviously, but if you're easily stressed over what present to buy when it comes to the kids, we've got you covered. There's a new gift guide that offers some of the best educational toys to help your kids explore STEM, which we love, big part of.
Sure.
Gary Baumgarten takes a closer look at all the action.
Take it away, Gary.
STEM is a term describing the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. According to the National Center for Science and Engineering Statistics, 24% of the U.S. workforce, nearly 37 million people, were in STEM occupations in 2021. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that between 2022 and 2032, employment in STEM fields is expected to increase at a faster rate than in non-STEM jobs. To help ensure that there's enough skilled workers, advocates say it's important to expose kids to STEM fields early on. It's led officials at Purdue University to issue their list of this year's top STEM toys to help kids have a fun but educational holiday season.
This year we focused in on the microelectronics.
While medical experts recommend against lengthy screen time for kids, many of these toys teach children about the technology behind some of their favorite gadgets.
Anything that has any sort of automation will have a microelectronics piece in it. So your phone, your earphones, you know, your if you have a smartwatch. So we focus in on things that have circuitry.
The dozens of gifts range from books, games, and products that teach kids about how to design, build, code, and more. And each item in the guide has been carefully reviewed.
We have teachers and former teachers who work on this who help a pool of undergraduate researchers, and then we brought in some children to play with different gifts and give us some feedback.
Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Don't you just love the way Gary talks?
Yes, I do. We're trying to figure out where he's from.
I know.
If you know,
I'm like doing some research on Gary to try to find out, you know, where Gare is from, because he's got this neat accent. It sounds like a Midwest accent, doesn't it?
It does. Sounds exactly like something my mom would say.
Well, anyway, we'll continue to more research is needed.
Well, I just love all these gift ideas. So I'm going to a baby shower in a few weekends, and they asked instead of a card that you bring a book, and then you write your name in the book so that every time you read it, to the kid, they can be like, oh, your Aunt Allison got that for you.
Oh,
or
isn't that
whatever.
nice?
Isn't that
How
fun?
old was the child? Because
Well, this is like not even born yet. So,
oh, okay.
But
So
I actually have in the back of my car, I have a Dr. Seuss weather book, and I'm forgetting what it's called, but I have it just in case we go read at schools
Yeah.
that we can read a weather book, but I'm thinking that might be a good one.
yeah, I have a book that was given to me. It really is nice when somebody does sign a book, because I'll say that Ellen Rosenthal wrote a book called Don't Eat the Bluebonnets.
Aww.
And she gave it to me when my girls who just turned 18, so she gave it to me when they were born. She brought it to the station.
Aww.
And I still have it.
That's cool.
And I do read it at schools sometimes. And yeah, it's key, but it's so nice because every time, there's like an inscription, so
Yeah,
that's something to think about.
To think about it, so
yeah. The only thing
maybe
is,
good
I
idea.
have terrible handwriting. So like,
Your wife needs to read.
yeah, like my wife has really good my daughters have way better handwriting than I do. And you being a Catholic school girl, you probably have
Yes.
excellent handwriting.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Mine
funny,
is
like in the
terrible.
morning, it's like chicken scratch because my fingers are so cold, and then throughout the afternoon, it gets a little better.
I just can't. I don't know.
Well, I just
type.
addressed all of our Christmas cards, about 75 of them. So I'm done with writing for a while.
Okay.
It's enough. Gibby's going to have to lick them. I put the stamps on and wrote them. I'm like, I'm not licking all of those.
Okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't get, it's safe glue, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what we hope. All right, so we'll have another look at the radar and the outlook and your forecast coming up right after this. All right, so before we look at the radar, quick shout out to Michael's Cookie Bar. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Cookie Jar. Michael's Cookie Jar. I just had the chocolate chip cookie, which was outstanding. And that one is ridiculous.
Pudgy's Fine Cookies. It is Oreos, well, cookies and cream, but
Yeah.
it literally has cream cheese frosting in the middle.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
It's so good.
It's rich. Here's a quick look at what's happening out there weather-wise for the rest of your day. The temperature, it's amazing how it's risen up from the south where the warm front is located. And right now the rain is kind of focused north of Houston, but definitely showers are going to be off and on moving across the Houston area here for the rest of the afternoon. So far, it looks like they're starting to build up a little. They're not really all that intense right now, but rain is rain. It is wetting down just about all of the freeways in and around Houston, and it's never fun to drive in, so certainly going to be something that you'll need to plan for as you make your way to a bakery for National Cookie Day.
Please do. Get some milk, whatever it is that makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy.
It's the holidays,
definitely.
baby. Enjoy, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Have a good one. Bye.